All right, and we are back in the lobby bar for the week of January the 16th, 2023. Brian and Michaela are coming back with some more mocktail goodness here for dry January. But how are you doing, Michaela? Did you catch up on anything over the weekend?
Oh my gosh, I watched a couple more films that we thought were going to be on the Oscar nominations list, so I feel really good about that. I finally got to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I have to
Excellent.
say, I think you were right. Everybody, I know we've been saying this a lot, go watch that film. It's definitely going to be up for all the things. Um, very, very good. And I caught up on a film that was made this year called The Swimmers, and it's on Netflix. And I
Oh,
don't know if you
okay.
and I have ever talked about it. It is a true
No.
story about these two Syrian sisters who became refugees and literally swam across an ocean to get to safety.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And but their was to swim in the Olympics, and it's based on a true story. And it's kind of it's hard. It's I wouldn't say there's not a ton of violence or anything like that, but it's very adult material because it deals with the whole refugee crisis in Syria.
Hmm.
But it was pretty educational for me because I knew that things were bad there, but I didn't really know why. And I didn't know kind of all the ins and outs of it. And since that is a recent and still going on part of the world, I thought it would be good as we celebrate Martin Luther King Day, right? It's important to take note in general of all the things around us that are not good
Hmm.
happening so that we can do our part as human beings of the earth to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity and equal right. So, not the same, not exactly the same subject matter, but similar to me because it was very educational for me and I recommend it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so take some time to reflect and to learn. That's always good. And those are a couple of good options for you. The Swimmer, is that what you said that one was
The
called?
Swimmers.
The Swimmers, okay, the Swimmers,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once is on to Showtime. So if you have that able to stream, that one's definitely a good one to check out this week too, because we don't have a lot coming in ways of new releases. But before we get into all the movie news, Michaela, like I said at the top, it is Mocktail Month, and we are coming back with another one. This one's simple. It is a nice little riff on a very famous, very popular cocktail. I know you and I both really like to get into making some mules in the summer months. Very refreshing, a little bit spicy from the ginger beer, but this is going to be a mocktail version of it, and it's pretty simple to put together. So, in a shaker tin, go ahead and put in 1.5 ounces of lime juice, 1 ounce of honey syrup, and you're going to make that the same way you do your simple syrup. So, just equal parts honey and water. Warm that up until the honey dissolves into the water, and you are good for some honey syrup for about a week or so. Keep that in the fridge. So, 1 ounce of that, and then you're going to put in about 2.5 to 3.5 ounces of any kind of like fancy fruit juice you want. You go to the grocery store now, there are a plethora of fancy fruit juices. I'm a big fan of the pear nectar. You can get that a lot of times, like in the international aisle, they'll have a bunch of different fruit juices from around the world. So take a look. They have pear, they have mango, pineapple, strawberry, peach, kind of anything you want. So pick your favorite fruit juice, add it to the shaker tin, shake that up, strain it into a ice-filled rocks glass, and then top that with some ginger beer or ginger ale if you want to go that route. Either or will get the job done for you, and you're set to go with an alcohol-free version of everyone's favorite, the mule, Michaela.
Yeah. Now, I gotta say, I share your love of the pear nectar. I really appreciate the mango in this though, because it if you've not had anything that's spicy mango, this really complements the mango really complements the ginger beer if you're going to go full on and do uh, like a very gingery ginger beer.
Hmm. Yep.
I don't, it's gonna meld really well, and it really creates that kind of creamy mouthfeel. Both the pear and the mango have that creaminess to it as it's juiced, and it's not. It's not like a normal mule in that way. I actually prefer this because it just adds kind of this coating in your mouth. It's really tasty,
Hmm.
very
Yeah.
Moorish.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So give that a try, and then if you want to go, with some vodka in there, you're certainly free to do that too, if you want to jazz up just the regular, take on the meal there. So give that a try. Let us know. Let us know what your favorite juice combination is, and let us know if you made it out to the movie theater this week, because people are still going out. The box office results are still pretty strong. Avatar, of course, leads the way again with another $31 million, followed by Megan, Puss in Boots, A Man Called Otto, and the new released last week, Plane, came in fifth with just a touch over $10 million. But Avatar, Michaela, is still making money hand over fist, up to $1.9 billion, which is still only good enough for seventh place. It was seventh place last week, seventh place in the all-time list this week, but it is probably going to take Spider-Man out to move up a spot this week. So I don't know. Avatar, it's still doing really well. Have you? We talked about it on our Patreon episode, special Patreon episode for the month of January. We talked about it. Have you had time to reflect on Avatar? Is it something that you think that you might like to go see again, or are you content with the one viewing of it, or are there things that you feel like you missed out on in our first showing?
I definitely liked certain scenes that I would revisit. I don't know if it warrants me sitting in a theater for another 3.5 hours. To be honest, for me, it's hard to meld the plot with the visualization. The visualization is absolutely amazing, and I think that that's why it's done so well, is because it is so beautiful. But it's, to me, it's still a little bit lacking on the actual plot, and like the paradigm shifting of what I want out of a great film, not just a great movie. Does that maybe make sense? So I think I'd watch certain parts of it again for sure, because the visualization of the underwater is really great. Of course, my son, it cannot wait to go. So, we can bribe him with good behavior and maybe take him to the theater and kill an afternoon or something.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. Well, so Avatar is still leading the way. Let us know your thoughts on that. But what do we have coming out this week? Nothing that's really going to challenge Avatar in any sort of way. We're gonna have to wait another week on that. But we've got a new release. It's called Missing. It's going to be coming out. It is kind of a crime thriller mystery kind of thing, which sounds kind of interesting. It's basically a girl's mother is going missing somewhere far away, and she's kind of doing all of this almost like online sleuthing now kind of thing to get to the bottom of it. It looks kind of interesting. Could be kind of fun. I think we saw the preview for this possibly actually before Avatar, Michaela. So I don't know. That one looks kind of interesting. And then more important to the Oscar race, The Sun is finally getting its theatrical release. That is going to be the story there. It's directed by Florian Zeller, and it stars Vanessa Kirby and Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman's getting a lot of buzz for his performance in that. So any interest in either of these, Michaela? The Sun we're probably going to have to watch for Oscar watch, but what about Missing? What do you think?
So I really like Storm Reed. She is front and center in this, and I really liked her in her performance in Euphoria. That's a series on, I think, HBO. If you've not seen it, it's kind of tough to watch as a parent. She's also in A Wrinkle in Time, which was a really fun ride. It's a 2018 film that came out, so I'm excited to see how this goes. I don't know if I'll take it to the theater to see it, but I like the idea of it, so I'll probably I'll definitely watch it. It's just gonna probably get out on video on streaming somewhere for me to do it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Same for me. I'll probably wait and pick that up. When I'm able to stream it at home, check it out, because it does look kind of interesting, and it's neat now, I guess, that the movies are coming back, so we're getting a kind of some different takes on stories. Nothing too crazy over the top. Kind of some more of these kind of interesting stories to be able to tell. So interested in that. And like we said, The Sun's got some Oscar buzz for Hugh Jackman. Also was nominated for the Golden Globe. And that, which we talked about the Golden Globes on our Patreon earlier this week, gave a little recap and reaction to that. It's on patreon.com/drinkthemovies. If you have any interest in getting some bonus content and supporting the podcast in that way, so go check that out. And then coming up this week on the main show, Michaela, we're talking about a classic, one of People say the greatest films of all time. We're going to get into all that on the main show and The Sound of Music. But, for now, Michaela, I think we need to mix up a couple more of these mules and take the day. We're going to do some reflecting. Maybe we'll do some movie watching. Get out, enjoy some fresh air, and yeah, just make a day of it. So, thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch everyone next time in the lobby bar.